He would like to, quote unquote, de-virgin me.
Brother,
He knows I'm saving myself for marriage.
Oh, this one pissed me off.
Hello, my dear internet strangers. Welcome or welcome back to my series of, I guess, another episode of Would You Like to Hear a Story? I don't know why my intros, I always get so flustered. I'm like, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing or not. By the way, I wanted to say, in my last Would You Like to Hear a Story episode, I did not ask you guys what was a lesson that you guys learned. If you learned one. Or opinion, because I don't know, it was from that Twitter thread, and I don't even think there's really much to learn. It's just more of just, I don't know, that thread, whatever. That in this one, I'm going to make sure that we are having actual performative conversations or something that can help the next person. That's part of the reason why I started this series, because I wanted to do more than just things for entertainment purposes. So I would like us to have some sort of lessons or opinions, or even give advice to these people down in the comments, because you never know what can reach who, and other people who come across this that may be in a similar position or anything like that. That's why I want you guys to comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the stories, or if there was any lessons or your opinions, because it can help the next person. All right, so with that being said, let's get into it. All right, this is from the Am I the A-hole Reddit thread. This woman says, will I be the a-hole if I told my boyfriend that his friend wants to sleep with me before he gets married?
Huh?
Okay, and the flare is advice needed. Background: I'm a 25-year-old woman and I have a 27-year-old uncle, Jimmy. Okay, oh my god, I really hope this is not gonna get nasty and weird. When I was 19, I moved to a town for college where my uncle I'm sorry. So, okay, when I was 19, I moved to a town for college where my uncle lives with our older uncle. Jimmy introduced me to his childhood friends, Chad and James, who were both in their senior year at university. We all became close, and they would often invite me out for fun. Over time, James expressed feelings for me and repeatedly asked me out over the next 2 years, but I consistently turned him down because I didn't feel the same way. Eventually, I met another one of their childhood friends, Carter, who was working in a different town. We hit it off, and after a year of staying in touch, we started dating. When Carter and I became official, I told James about it, and though he was initially upset, he eventually moved on and started dating someone else. Okay, now I see where this is going. I was really hoping it wasn't going to go to no sweet Alabama. Okay? I was hoping, let's not do this. Now, James is engaged, and we're all thrilled for him. Carter even plans to help organize Carter even plans to help organize James' bachelor party. The issue: a few days ago, while texting with James, out of nowhere, he told me I had hurt him by not reciprocating his feelings in the past. Then, shockingly, he said that before he gets married, he would like to, quote unquote, de-virgin me.
Brother,
He knows I'm saving myself for marriage.
Oh, this one pissed me off.
He bragged about his actual prowess, but I declined, explaining that 1, he's getting married, 2, I'm dating his best friend, Carter, 3, I don't have feelings for him. He changed the subject after that, but I stopped responding because I was disgusted. Now I'm torn about whether to tell my boyfriend, Carter, about this conversation. I fear that it could ruin their friendship and strain my uncle's relationships with them both, since they are all close. Would I be the a-hole if I told my boyfriend about this? And then that's where that part ends. There is an update, and we're gonna get to that, but we're gonna take a quick pause. Why? This is why, oh my god, this is why there's this whole even conversation in the first place about women and men, straight women and straight men, being friends with each other. Like, that they can't be friends with each other for stuff like this. When she turned him down, he still, even years later, I don't know how much, maybe it's not years later, after time passes, basically, he's still over here just being disgusting. You're supposed to be this girl's friend, and you're supposed to be respecting your relationship or your friendship with your relationship with your friend and your friendship overall. This is disgusting on so many different levels, and this is why a lot of straight women will express like they don't want to be friends with some straight men because of things like this. It's like they're like, even when even when they get like, they turn guys down, it's still there's, it's like, so you were being friends with me the entire time. So yeah, scratch that. You were being friends with me the entire time just to hope that we could be actually involved. Like, do you not know how that would make someone like, how do you not, it's like some people just don't have any, it's like you don't have empathy at all. Like, you cannot, or just sympathize with someone, like how that is just so disrespectful, and it hurts to know, like, oh, we've been having this good friendship just for the entire time. You over here thinking in the back of your mind, you know, I can possibly get with her. But anyways, that's besides the point, because now he is betraying his friendship with her boyfriend, because they were friends before she came into the picture. So what yes, I'm gonna say this to OP, yes, absolutely. There's already an update, so I know I don't have to say, but absolutely yes, tell your boyfriend so he knows who the hell he is friends with. That's some bull. Like, if this was the other way around, if one of your friends did this to you, when it came to you guys being married and stuff like that, one of your friends, wouldn't you want to know? Think about it like that. Flip the situation. Of course you will not be the a-hole. This is supposed to be his friend. This is not his friend. This person is not a good person, honestly, because why would you do that? Why would you do that to your own friend that you've been friends with seemingly since high school? They they met when they were 19, they're 25 now. Presumably they were friends through their childhood, or at least teenagehood. Anyways, let's get to this update. I told Carter about what happened and showed him the text. He was furious and couldn't believe that his best friend would do such a thing, but he was glad that I told him. Carter confronted James, who initially denied everything until he was shown the screenshots. It turns out James had deleted the messages from his phone. My uncle sent the screenshots to James' fiance, and she has decided to cancel the engagement and wedding. When she confronted James, he tried to deny it again. However, she told my uncle that she discovered he had been cheating on her after going through his phone. Apparently, James wanted to quote-unquote have fun one last time before being quote-unquote tied down. As of now, we are all going no contact with James. Thank you everyone for your advice. See, yeah, I'm sure he wasn't the only one. I mean, I'm sure she wasn't the only one that James had reached out to. What a piece of crap. And I'm glad that they told the fiance too, because that's another thing I was gonna bring up. It's just like it's disgusting. Like, you're not ready for marriage, and that's okay. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Like, if you don't want to be tied, quote unquote, tied down, don't get married. It's just that simple. If you want to, explore yourself before being in a committed relationship, there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't be in a committed relationship while you decide to explore. It's just that simple. And I'm glad that OP, eventually told her boyfriend and everything. And I'm not even going to really get into the comments because I don't think it's really necessary. But the thing that I've learned, my lesson that I've learned so far is you can't trust no one. No, I'm kidding. You gotta be careful who you call your friend. How about that? That's the lesson that I learned. You gotta be careful about who you call your friends. Okay? You gotta be careful about the company that you keep around you. There's usually always some sort of red flags, because you would be able to tell within that person's morals, their values and everything, especially as you start to age. Sometimes you just simply grow apart. You just become two different people, and that's okay too. But sometimes, especially when you're coming out of high school, I noticed that that's like between 18 to like 22, your friendships are in this like vulnerable state because you guys are you're growing. Or I want to say 18 to 25 actually, because you're still pretty young you're still really young at 22 years old. Like, you're still trying to get out of that high school. I think at 22 is really where you really get out of that that young teenage mindset. You're like, oh my god, I'm an adult now. At least that's how I was. I mean, but it's not like that for everyone, obviously. But I'm saying it's like, because you are a child for most of your life, up until that point of being 20, 21, 22, you're a child, you're a kid, you're a teenager, right? You're not an adult. I don't care what the law says, because you can't, in my opinion, it's just contradictory to say someone is a teenager and teens are big kids. And then also an adult. They're legally an adult, and that's fine, but they're not. Okay, they're just not. They're teenagers. Teenagers are teenagers. Adults are adults. It's called 18, teen, 19. It's called teen. They're teenagers. God damn, they're not adults. I'm sorry. They're legally, yes, they are, but they are still big kids. Anyways, that's besides the point. That's another conversation for another day that I will get into, believe me. But anyways, so it's just like you're just developing, you're growing, you're just really becoming independent a lot of the time, for the most part. Some kids had to grow up faster than the others, but in general, and for the most part, you begin to just, I don't know, everything just starts to shift and change. And you really need to start around your age of 18 to 25, when you're with your friends, especially when they've came with you from high school and stuff like that. You need to start just having conversations with them. What are you guys actually talking about when you guys are with each other? What are your guys' conversations about? Are you guys always talking about like the bad things in your life, or are you guys always talking about some trauma stuff? Are you guys trauma bonding? What is it? What is your conversations like? Are you guys always talking about surface level stuff all the time? That's how you get to pinpoint where this relationship is going to go in the future. Because if you guys are always only bonding on one thing or one or two things, when it's superficial or something that just doesn't really matter, you're not talking about your aspirations, your goals, your plans, just things that you like, what bonding over just normal human life stuff, 9 times out of 10 the relationship is going to fall and crumble. So that's why I'm saying, I say all of that to say is that I feel like there was probably red flags. Of course, OP wouldn't know, like, she's just that, she's not, that wasn't her friend first, that was her boyfriend's friend first. But I'm just saying this to you guys, to my audience, anyone. I just wanted to say this because I wish somebody would have told me. And a lot of this kind of stuff could be avoided if you just have conversations with your friends, or you will actually listen to the things that they say, the things that they value, the things that they care about or don't care about, or they don't value. You'll easily be able to tell how they would treat you in the future. Or a lot of the times it's just foreshadowing. So that's what I've got out of all of it. And you guys let me know what you guys think, and I appreciate you guys as always. Thank you so much for 400 subscribers. Oh my god, on the road to 1K. I can't believe you guys are doing this. You guys like me? You guys like me? I like you too. Thank you. Before I leave, make sure you leave down in the comments down below your opinion or your advice, or the lesson that you've learned, or anything that you can give to the youth if you're older, or if you're just more experienced or wiser for your age. That works. Just let me know. Like, if you guys had similar experiences like this, please share it. I promise you it probably would help somewhat. And I just also love to read your guys' comments. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.